What if that harmless $10 weekly habit is actually costing you over $7,000? It is not a math trick. It is the rule of 752, and it is the easiest way to stop minor money leaks before they ruin your financial future. Think about the last time you spent $10. Maybe it was a quick Friday afternoon coffee upgrade, a weekly app subscription you forgot to cancel, or that extra delivery fee on a lazy Sunday night. In the moment, it feels like nothing. It is a single digit. It does not even register on your banking app. But money has a secret superpower that we constantly underestimate: time. When we look at our bank accounts, we see static numbers. We see $10 as $10. But what if you could see what that $10 would become in 10 years? This is where the rule of 752 comes in. It is a simple, brutal, and incredibly eye-opening mental shortcut used by wealth builders to instantly calculate the true, long-term cost of weekly recurring expenses. Here is how it works. Take any minor, weekly recurring expense. It could be a $10 premium subscription, a $15 weekend lunch upgrade, or a $20 impulse buy. Multiply that weekly number by 752. The result? That is the exact amount of money you are actively draining from your future self over the next 10 years. Let that sink in for a moment. If you spend just $10 a week on something you do not truly value, you are not just out $10. You are actively giving up $7,520. If you spend $30 a week on unnecessary convenience, you are throwing away over $22,000. But how is this possible? Is it just some clever math trick designed to make you feel guilty? Actually, no. The math is beautifully simple. There are 52 weeks in a year. If you save $10 a week for 10 years, you would have $5,200 in cash. But if you took that same $10 every week and put it into a basic index fund earning a conservative 7% annual return, compounding interest does the heavy lifting. That $10 a week swells into $7,520. The rule of 752 does the complex compounding math for you in a fraction of a second. It bridges the gap between your present desires and your future freedom. We all have these leaks. They are quiet. They are polite. They do not scream for attention like a major car repair or a rent hike. They just slowly, consistently drip-feed your wealth away. Imagine a bucket filled with water. A tiny, microscopic pinhole at the bottom won't empty the bucket today. It won't even empty it tomorrow. But leave it alone and eventually you will walk back to a completely dry bucket. That is what these weekly habits are doing to your financial future. But here's the twist. This is not about living like a monk. It is not about cutting out every ounce of joy in your life or never buying a latte again. That kind of extreme budgeting is exhausting and, quite frankly, it never lasts. Instead, the rule of 752 is about alignment. It is about making sure that the money leaving your wallet is actually buying you happiness, rather than just filling a momentary void of boredom or convenience. Let us do a quick audit right now. Think of one thing you spend money on every single week that you could easily live without. Maybe it is a premium subscription you rarely use. Or maybe it is that midweek takeout because you were too tired to cook. Let us say it is $25 a week. Multiply 25 by 752. That is $18,800. Now, ask yourself, does that weekly habit bring you $18,000 worth of joy? If the answer is yes, keep spending it. Seriously. Enjoy it guilt-free. But if the answer is no, you have just identified a massive wealth leak. And that is when everything changes. Once you see these numbers, you cannot unsee them. The next time you go to swipe your card for a needless weekly expense, your brain won't just see the immediate price tag. It will instantly calculate the 10-year cost, the phantom cost. And suddenly, saying no to that minor purchase does not feel like a sacrifice anymore. It feels like a massive win. It feels like you are paying yourself $18,000. So, what do you do with this newfound clarity? You do not just leave that saved money in your checking account to be spent on something else. That is the trap most people fall into. They cut an expense, but the money just vanishes into a different leak. Instead, you redirect it. You set up an automatic transfer. If you decide to cut out a $15 weekly leak, set up an automatic weekly transfer of $15 into an investment account or a high-yield savings account. Let the compounding machine go to work for you, rather than against you. You are closer to financial peace of mind than you think. You do not need a six-figure raise to start building real wealth. You just need to stop the leaks. Take a look at your bank statement this evening. Find just one weekly expense to run through the rule of 752. If you want to keep learning how to make your money work harder for you, hit the subscribe button so we can take this journey together. What is the one weekly expense you are going to audit today? Let me know in the comments below.